Good morning everyone. I'm back with another craft. I have a mirror that I want to decorate, and I want to show you what the idea is on this. I was perving through Pinterest and I searched for twigs, mirrors, frames. Those are the search words that I used, and a whole bunch of ideas for mirrors decorated with twigs and frames made out of twigs came up. And I had a mirror that does not have a frame, and I wanted to create a frame for it. But I also have this long type of mirror. You know, these are the type of mirrors that normally are like on the back of a door or in some corner in some room or bathroom. And they're not decorated. They're very simple. You can sometimes get one for 10 bucks, really thin, cheap, inexpensive. And they can run up even, you know, higher prices depending on the quality or the decor or where you buy it from. Or maybe you probably already have one at home. And twigs, well, a lot of us already have some twigs that we can get off some tree outdoors. Or you can go out and, you know, do some hunting. You have some kids, hey, let's go out looking for some twigs. That'll be fun. You know, one of those days when you have nothing to do, and maybe it's warm or it's a little cold, and there's really, you can bundle up a little bit and go out looking for some twigs. Why not, right? This is what I did. I had a lot of twigs already fallen outside in my house from one of our trees, and I do like the color of the dried wood on them. A lot of these also we went ahead and we chopped down because they were about to fall and the branches were not where we wanted them to continue growing. So my husband cut off some, and we only cut off a few. I didn't cut off too much, even though look at this basket. Look. This basket looks like a lot, but it's really not a lot. It's just that they're not compacted into the basket, so they're all kind of all over the place. We got some really thick ones, and then we also got some, you know, some thinner ones, and then some really, really thin pieces. I didn't know what I wanted to use, so I just went ahead and I just grabbed everything, and I said, okay, this is enough. I'll start with that. So I've cut a whole bunch of them right here, and that is what I'm going to use to create a frame around this mirror. And so this mirror does have a frame. It's about 1.5 inches. I thought it was perfect to cover that up. And I'm just going to just randomly lay the twigs. I'm not going to follow any particular pattern. Okay? So what we'll need also, besides a mirror and besides some twigs, or if you want to purchase some, you can go ahead and do that from your, you know, your craft store. It's going to be a little more expensive, so I suggest looking for twigs that are already fallen on the ground. So if you go to a park or some trail that you can walk along and just find some, that'll be best. Maybe you'll even find some little stones that you want to, you know, incorporate in there. Or if you're at the beach, maybe some seashells, and use the seashells too. Now, a lot of beaches, you can walk down the beaches and you're not going to find any seashells because the people that live there have already collected them so they could take it to the shops to sell to you. So then go buy some. You know, they're not expensive, but that all depends on the size of the mirror, what you want to put on there and what you want to spend. I didn't want to spend a lot of money. Really, I only spent money on this paint, and I got this spray paint from Walmart. Why do I have a spray paint? Because I want to paint the twigs. I did say that I did like the natural color of them, but I decided that I want to spray paint them white, or at least give them a light coat of white. And because I know that the wood's going to absorb some of the paint, so it's going to be kind of like kind of a shabby chic, if you want to consider it that way, or I don't know, whitewashed maybe kind of a look. I think that's what I'm going to achieve. But I only bought one can because I do have some other cans already here at home that were left over. So I need to use up the little bit that they have. Now those paints are gloss, but I don't care if it's gloss or flat or semi-satin or whatever the heck it is. But I'm going to use those first, the gloss, and then this happens to be a flat. So this is what I'm going to use on top. And if I like the way it looks, great. Maybe I'll end up buying another can of spray paint and spraying them. And I also got myself plenty of glue sticks for my glue gun because I don't know how much I'm going to use, and I feel like I'm going to be using a lot of glue, and this is probably going to take me all day, like I said. So I'm going to go ahead and get started putting some of these little twigs. I've already done some on the other end, but I don't want to have to turn it around right now. It's a big thing. I don't want to hit everything. So I'm just going to put some glue on some of these little twigs and put them down so you can see. Now, I'm probably going to start off with wider ones and these little ones, but I'm just putting these down just so you can see. I'm just gluing them down, see? And I'm going to put them in different directions as I go along. And I'm not going to worry about full coverage. I'm just going to randomly put some all the way around, and then I'm going to come back and fill it in some more. Okay, So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do that, and then I'll come back. And I want to remind you, or not remind you because you didn't already know this, but now I've branded, I have a little branding on my video, whether it's this little corner or maybe it's in that little corner, little icon, my channel icon, and you can just click on that to subscribe. So I'd really appreciate it if you could subscribe, and you can subscribe at any time during the video, and it won't interrupt any of it. And it's just a little easy button, and I thought it was great of YouTube to provide that for everyone. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and get started. I'll be back, and I'll show you what I've done so far, and so you can see what I'm doing. Okay, so I've spent about 30 minutes putting all these twigs on here so far, all the way to the other side, like so. Whoops. Okay, that's what I've done so far, and it's been about 30 minutes or so of just adding sticks after stick. And I still got some more, and as you can see, I got a whole bunch still in my basket, so I'm pretty sure I got enough to give this a coverage that I want. I'm kind of starting to like it. I wasn't sure when I first started because they were very separated, but I've gone in and started filling in some of the little spots. And once I've gotten filling little empty spots and I'm satisfied with that, then I'll layer some more on top of the ones that are already there. So the ones that are maybe like going this way or gonna then go this way, or maybe I'll just go across it that way. I don't know, but I'm really liking it. I'm hoping this, using the hot glue gun stick, is going to be good enough to have them stick on there. Like they're not going to come off. So far so good. But if you don't feel like you can trust the glue gun, maybe you can use some E6000 glue or super glue. Just maybe do it outside or ventilated area. Anyway, so I'm going to keep on going with this, and I just wanted to show you the progress so far. Right, so an hour and a half later, with a break here and there. So it's actually like more like 2 hours later. But let's see. No, it's about an hour and a half later. Okay, so here we go. It was 11:30 last time. Now it's 1:30, so that is 2 hours. Okay, here we go. This is what I've done so far. I want to lift it up and on the edge because I don't want to break the little bits on the edge. So this is what the mirror is looking like, and I'm pretty happy with how it's getting to be. So I'm going to take it outside and I'm going to go ahead and spray paint it with the white, and I'll show you what I'm doing outside. Alright, so I'm outside now with the mirror, and I'm going to just kind of go around here so you can see what I've done to it. And now I'm going to go ahead and start spray painting it, and I'm just going to do some light coats. Okay. And spray back and forth. Making sure I get the edge of the frame. And I'm seeing a lot of the webbing from the glue, but I'm going to go ahead and leave that till it's dry, and then I'm going to go ahead and pull that off. And that'll come off. I've had webbing of from the glue gun before like that, and I've spray painted it, and then it was just easy to just break it off. So I'm going to continue painting it, and I'll be back. Okay, so I've done the first coat, and I kind of like that. I may come back and do another coat on it, especially on the edge of the frame itself, the edge down here. And that's it. And once it's completely dry, like I said, all these little webs that you see right here from the glue gun, and there's tons of them. They're everywhere. I see them everywhere. I don't know if you can see them on the camera. The sun is right on my camera, so I don't even know what I'm taping. But anyway, all these little webs will come off. But I'm going to wait till it's all dry because I don't want to be pulling off wet, sprayed on, glue webs. So I'm going to wait till all this is dry and maybe give it another little bit of a spray, remove the webs, and then I'm going to hang it, and then I'll show you what it looks like, all complete and hung exactly where I want it. And I'll be back. All right, here I am. The mirror is now completely dry, and I've hung it up. I did have some twigs come off, so all I had to do was glue them back on, and I hung it up first just in case more had fallen off, and then I glued the sticks back on. I do suggest that if you want to try a different glue besides a glue gun, that you try like a E6000 or a Gorilla Glue or even a super glue, but do it in a ventilated area because those glues are kind of really strong. And this is a project that's going to take you a couple of hours, 3 hours or so to do, depending on the size of it, or you know, what you decide to create. So you want to make sure you're in a ventilated area before you use any of those types of glues. Now I'm really happy with it. I think it looks really pretty. It's in the end of my hallway. I think it's going to bounce back a lot of light from the front door at the end over there, so that you know, it's not so gloomy in my house, and especially in this hallway, and I don't have to worry about turning the light on. All right, well, if you like this project, please give me a big old thumbs up. Don't forget to leave some nice comments below, suggestions on what else you'd like me to do. If you have any ideas of something different and you want me to try it, or you just need me to show you how to do it, make sure you leave those nice comments. And I want to thank all the new subscribers. As always, please subscribe. I want to remind everyone that there's that little button in the corner now where you can, my little icon, my channel icon, which you can just push on and it'll subscribe you to my channel. And as always, enjoy.